Hey you guys, what's up? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Sorry like all the stains on my shirt. I just got done washing my face. I'm actually gonna do my skincare routine while I'm here. Just like kill two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? Just catch up, right? Do the story time. Isn't this what Gen Z does? I'm trying to appeal to an audience here. Do you understand? I'm trying to appeal to Gen Z. I don't know, I didn't think of this background before I started. This is a moisturizer, prescription strength. Oh, I use prescription strength shit, honey. But you're gonna get like the basic today. We're not going deluxe. Sometimes I feel like I should do a Patreon and give the girls, like you can pay me some coin for the skincare routine and the tips because we really be, sorry, there's like parking drama going on between like a pedestrian and a car. It's a shared space, so it's like really funny when people don't know the shared space rules. Anyway, toner. Some people like to cloth it on. I just get a spray bottle. This is what it is. I use Thayer's facial mist, rose petal. This. It's just like travel pack. Oh, I don't like this one. I feel like I use more because the spray is much larger. So I like this one. That's why I use this one because it's like better. We'll just let that dry for a minute. I have my little cucumber water to stay hydrated. I'm drinking coffee today, so it becomes especially important for skin to stay hydrated. I don't typically drink coffee, but I am today. I follow a pretty strict traditional Chinese medicine protocol. So no salads. I don't do salad. I don't do cold foods. I don't do cold. I do room temperature. Yeah. But I don't do salads. No. It's not good in Chinese medicine. The reason why that is because the Chinese believe that, oh, my dehumidifier is turning on. They're like, no, don't talk. Don't tell us the secrets. Don't tell our secrets. They believe the stomach is a muscle. So why would you want to cool down the muscle if it's like responsible for burning food, right? When the muscle is cold, it doesn't want to do its job, right? Think of like, you know, your muscles, your warm up, whatever. That's the theory. And they don't like coffee. They don't like coffee. Djokovic follows a pretty strict traditional Chinese medicine. I can tell because, and he's like vegan, does juices. He's like very extreme. I guess his case was quite severe. He had like gut health issues. And then I think he cut out gluten and dairy. And now he does like a whole thing. But like, that's neither here nor there. You gotta figure out what works for you. What worked for me, oh my God. I've been on like this, anyway. I just like jumped into the video. These are the best videos though, when I just jump in and I'm not like thinking too much about it. I use niacinamide, 10% serum, Skin Revolution. It's like $15, $16. All my stuff is like less than $20. I'm a cheap skincare girly. You're gonna love it. It's about consistency with skincare. It's not really about, I just rub this all over my face. Like in the beard too, sometimes on the eyelids, why not? And then there's probably people will be like, this is egregious. They like, you know, there are people that are like, yeah, really soft and delicate. Nah, I'm a dude. Like, I don't mind rough on skin. Get it on there. But I've been on this healing journey, right? I've been on this healing journey, and you know, I've restarted my blog. The original reason why I took the blog down was because I wasn't healthy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was going through weird shit with my body. Remember the whole, like, collapsing face thing? I was, like, right at the precipice in the beginning of that. Like, maybe in the middle of that was when the blog went down. When I first moved home was when the blog went down. And that was when I was like, I can't really be in a position to be telling people about health and stuff when, like, something's wrong with my face and I just don't feel like I'm healthy. It doesn't make sense to have a health blog when you're not healthy, right? I'm very self-aware. You see, like, I'm very self-aware. So I pulled it down and started this, like, journey. Oh, I've ran out of what I typically use, which is just like an Olay day moisturizer. So I'm using my nighttime cream, which is my Olay Microsculpting Regenerist, which I don't want to be using because it's actually very expensive. So I'm using it very sparingly. I need to close that window because noise. Don't ask me because I do not know. Everyone's back in the city. Everyone's back in the city. Every single car park space outside my window is being taken. Every single car park space. So then I use that for like the neck and the face and stuff. I put Regenerist, I should need to put Regenerist on my neck. Like down the sides and back, underneath. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I pulled the blog down. I feel healthier now. I feel healthy now. I feel really healthy. I feel very healthy. Did I tell you? Did I mention I feel healthy? Because Regenerist is expensive, I use this mixer on my beard skin because I am not wasting Regenerist on my beard. So I moisturize the skin underneath my beard with a cheaper, this has like ceramides in it. Beard care, man, it's like its own thing. But I put that underneath. All right, and voila. Skincare on. Now, should we do extra credit? I might have to take my shirt off. Ooh. So I noticed I had a bit of sunspots in my last video. So I've got this vitamin C serum that I've been doing on the chest just to kind of minimize the sunspots. You know what? I'm gonna do this first though. I have these, oh my god, I'm such a like, I have these Cetaphil gentle cleansing wipes that I use on my chest and negligee when, you know, just sort of like, sometimes I do gua sha, which requires me to get a lot of oil on my skin. So these are really great for getting the oil off of like shoulders and stuff if you're not gonna wash there. Obviously when you're washing your face, you can't be like no. So you just wipe it off with this bad boy. And then I kind of really go down. Sorry, I just got a message and it was, I don't know. Okay, I'm probably like rubbing off the Olay Regenerist. Good job, but you know. No, we need to put this in the trash. We'll let this dry for a minute. So the blog is back. I did a pre-season. Oh, I want to do more lifestyle stuff. Yeah. Sorry, that's all of this leading to say. My first 3 written pieces back, like the comeback blog, 4 pieces. I was like a comeback blog and then 3 non-fiction. My God, I wish. 3 fiction pieces. nonfiction. Could you imagine? One day. If it happened up here, did it happen? Anyway, did it happen down there? Did it happen? Anyway, stop. Focus. Let me have my coffee. So in Chinese medicine, coffee scatters your energy. So what do? We drink more coffee. I'm at a point of the healing journey where it is emotional. Okay, so we did the physical healing, right? Like, it's coming back. I can feel my jaw coming back and growing back. It's real. Like, it's crazy how I was rubbing this like a couple months ago. There was like nothing there. Now there's like a little nub of bone growing back, and it's not done yet. It will be continuing to grow for another 13 months. Next month will be 1 year. Actually, no, this month. No, next month will be 1 year since having surgery. And it's 2 years to rebuild. So I'm just like, yeah, physically good. At the gym, feeling strong, taking care of myself, looking after, going to the gym. So I use this vitamin C serum. It's Asano Super Glow Super Vitamin C. It's supposed to get rid of sunspots. I don't know. Well, we're on a 6-week plan with ChatGPT. So yeah, last week, I was like looking at the astrology for January, like New Year's and stuff, and I was like, oh God, things are going to look like they're really going to come to a head around the full moon and kind of after that, because we've got a stellium, we've got a sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars all in Capricorn. That's massive. And I just felt like, sorry, I'm not done yet, I need to moisturize. I just felt like, as much as actually, sorry, this is the one that we use now. As much as I would want to be in Australia, last year was the year that I needed to be in Australia. The extended full moon in Cancer, that was coinciding with his first round match, like baby boy that is, that was why I needed to be there last year at that specific time. This year, with all the Capricorn placements around this full moon, and all of them being so close within proximity to each other, like at one point they were all aligned, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I knew this year, I was like, this year is more about healing, like emotional healing, and like a lot of that has to do with my family. So my oldest sister, whom I love and whom loves me, we love each other. There's no doubt about that. We've had friction, needless to say. We've had friction, and I just needed to say how I felt. And I don't know why, but it came on Friday. Like, Friday was the day, like last week on Friday. So I guess, what's today? Thursday, 6 days ago? That was when I felt compelled to talk about this. Like, I need to talk about this. And it didn't go great, but I got what I needed off of my chest. And the emotional release that comes from that was huge. I slept like a baby that night. It was like my nervous system and my gut like finally synced up. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? Like, this was the toughest part of the healing process. This was the toughest part of the healing process, the emotional healing. It was like I got to a place of like physical, mental, and spiritual health, right? I was strong enough. in all of those three fronts, right? And then it was suddenly like, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the emotional healing. Get your tissues ready. You're gonna cry. And boy have I cried. Boy have I cried. Boy have I cried. Like, multiple times leading up to the full moon in Cancer, multiple times during, my moon is in Cancer. So all of this was happening, and then on Friday, I just had to say it, and I hung out with my cousin that day, and like, I was just like, we had a good vibe, you know, she was like supportive, supporting me, and I just said what I said, and yeah. Now the healing begins, like the real healing begins, but I think like in terms of the operation, like, yeah. The pain has been identified. We're no longer living in denial of pain. The pain has been identified, and the pain will get fixed. 1 second. I live in New Zealand. You gotta have this bad boy on. You gotta, like, you know, to avoid the sunspots and such, you gotta wear SPF. There's a big, huge hole in the ozone layer. We do not play games about it. Like, we really gotta kind of like, I just want this to stay, like, you know, juicy. As juicy as possible. And that means like staying away from like oxidative stress, which is the sun. And if you are in the sun, you know, wear sunscreen. Shout out to my friend Sophie, she got me this. I typically just get whatever's cheapest, but she was at the store, and thank you, Sophie. But yeah, I sometimes put this on my hands to, you know, like, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I just think sometimes of like the sunspots, as you get older, like you will get those sunspots. So whatever you can do to kind of avoid them, just try. You know, a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. And then, yeah, it really, like, the sun here really is bad. So you gotta kind of, don't skimp out on your sunscreen, like really go generous. It feels good to feel this body. It feels good to feel strong. Should we get to Crushwatch? Wrap up with Crushwatch? Good luck in Australia. I'm sorry I can't be there. I wish I could be there. But I'm doing, you know, he inspired my healing. You know, I've written about it in Preseason Aches, Part 2. You know, he sparked this healing. You know? There's a lot to talk about with that. The serious conversation, look, I've decided we're gonna do the love series in February, Valentine's Day. And I'm just gonna tell you about love. That's because we're not gonna do the serious conversation thing. Too much has transpired between now and then. Like, one of my philosophies in relationships is save the drama for when it counts. So whatever happened in Paris in October, like, it will get addressed inadvertently in the love series. I'm just going to tell you my experiences with love, and then, yeah. And not in a way that's like going to rouse jealousy. I don't want that, but anecdotal. This is stuff that's important. Things that I've spent months now thinking about. So I'm sensitive to the subject. I don't want to be talking about anything. You know what I mean? It's a sensitive subject, but you know me, I'm good at kind of dealing with these like delicate topics with dignity and honor. I would never want to dishonor anyone that I care about. So He left his coach. All of that shitstorm happened. It was like over by the weekend for like the English speaking world, but the Spanish speaking world, bless them, went for it. They just went on and on and on and on and on. I'm just going to, again, like, this is how daddy operates. He just tells you his experience, and then you do what you do, what we learn. Like, what have we learned from this? Like, moving forward, right? I worked public relations. I know how important it is to control the narrative. So, next time a huge decision like this is going to be made that we know is going to affect people deeply. Oh, that's the thing though. Like maybe they didn't even think that it would affect people that deeply. I don't know. This is what I see outside looking in. I'm gonna level with you. Let's just get to the point. Let's not deviate. Let's go New York straight to the point. Next time, there's got to be a strategy, but I understand that this time, maybe there wasn't an ability to have one, right? Maybe it was yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Maybe it was like 50-50, flip a coin, and they were going backwards and forwards with it, and they didn't know what was going to happen. Okay. You still should have a strategy and a game plan for kind of narrative. Yeah. I know, and people that follow kind of know, but the wider general public don't know. I can read between the lines of the articles and see what's being said. Do you know what I mean? Others kind of won't. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just think like, I mean, going out on a media tour on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, I mean, that's like the ultimate betrayal, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, needless to say, we both had shitty Christmases. I mean, not shitty, and maybe it was a good Christmas for him, but like, I couldn't imagine a person showing up on my doorstep. I mean, you know me. You know me. I'm from Texas. If someone showed up my doorstep, do you have a question? But it's funny. I wouldn't actually. I don't own any guns. Okay. But if they showed up, I would have like ring my doorbell one more time and ask me a question. Ask me a question. Go on, ring me a doorbell. Ring my doorbell. Ring it. Let me just put this down. So that was happening, and I was just like, okay, like, just like, yeah. This is why we need PR teams. This is why public relations is actually a job. And I know it sucks to pay tens of thousands of dollars to a publicist. I understand that, but there's a reason why people have them. Even in this day and age, you still kind of need one. You think that they're obsolete by now, but no. And I think just having a strategy of like, okay, if it goes down this road, we don't really need a media strategy plan, so we can just kind of whatever. But if it goes down this road, we kind of need to get our publicist to reach out to bigger and wider publications that can give them the exclusive, right? So that we break the news. We're not playing catch up. When you're starting to play catch up in PR, this was baby's first proxy war. Baby boy's first proxy war. How was it? Not fun, because your family got dragged into it. Oh my God, people really went there. Can you believe people really went there? Mental health, y'all. We say prayers for people's mental health. I pray for y'all's mental health because like some of the commentary, I was like, you need to go out and touch some grass and breathe some fresh air or quit. I don't know. You're a little too invested in something that does not affect you directly at all. That's neither here nor there. All that shit went down. I feel bad. I mean, like, look, we have a dynamic where I think He doesn't want to share the difficult things that he's going through. I don't really want to share the difficult things that I'm going through. And I think we should sort of like drop the pretense here. I know it's for good reason, right? It's like I didn't want him knowing about my stresses of law school because I didn't want anyone knowing about it, quite frankly. He was probably going through things with his coach. Alternatively, it makes sense now, man. He looks so sad on the court some days. Some days when he was like practicing and training, he looked really sad. He doesn't look like that. He doesn't hold his mouth in that way, typically. But there were a lot of photos last year of him on the court, like practicing, like, and I was like, oh my God, he looks like he's about to cry. Like, what's going on? Now it makes sense. But like, at the time, I think, out of consideration for one another, I don't think we want to bother the other with our emotional burdens. We want to keep it lighthearted and fun, you know? But no, I think we should probably be honest about what we go through. Hence why I'm going out on a limb and talking about what I'm kind of going through with my family. I believe we will get it fixed. I believe we'll get it sorted. There's a lot of love with me and my family. I love my sister, yeah. And I know she loves me. There's just been a lot of unsaid things over the years and they build up. So, and that's unlike me, actually. I'm actually very confrontational. I address all of my things, but this was like really deeply rooted because it's family, you know? My moon is in Cancer. My Jupiter is in Cancer. Whatever Jupiter touches in your star chart, it expands and it grows. So for me, my Jupiter being in Cancer, my moon being in Cancer, I have a big heart. Your moon is your emotional state. It's your emotions. It's your heart. The sun is your ego. So moon in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, big heart. Too big. Anyway. And now we're here. Now we're here. New Year's went. I love New Year's. Shout out to the Crushwatch sisters showing me a good time. I'm going to insert a little bit of a short clip from New Year's right here just to make you guys feel included.
Happy New Year!
Do it on each other. That might be better. So you get a little. Oh, the scooter is coming past. Oh no!
This mountain's now.
Wait, I need to keep going.
Over the bridge, man.
Happy New Year.
Mine's still going.
There it is.
Oh, perfect.
Mine's right to the end of the clock.
Yeah. Write my name. I'm gonna write yours. What would it do?
Huh?
Is it if you threw it in the water, what would it do? Go out.
New Year's was great. Spent time up north at the beach. I should really be there now. I don't know what I'm doing down here. I don't know what I'm doing down here. I should be at the beach. Beach? I should be at the beach. Oh God, time to go. That's my skincare routine. That's the basic. I go, yeah. This is my sister. This is my older sisters. So like, thanks to her, I've got this. I should return it. I should get my own. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, Preseason Aches is out. It's just like a little short story that I put up. There was a lot of negativity being written about my crush. So I kind of wanted to write something and put it out there. Whether he reads it or not, you know, whatever. But it's out there. So I just wanted him to feel seen and like embodied. I wanted him to see him how I see him, in a celebrated way. To make him feel good about himself because of considering like all of the circumstances of what had transpired. And I think I had a lot of emotional energy from what I was going through with my family. So I actually poured a lot of it into this 3-part series. Basically, it's a hot tent fuck. But the first 2 parts kind of lead up to that. So it's like eroticize, you know? We build to it, is the idea. Maybe I'll make more of it, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I think I'm feeling very creative. And I think I'm gonna be doing more like lifestyle, skincare, recipes types of things. I think that's the direction. If I do any of this raunch, smutty stuff, it'll be on a Patreon alongside the real secrets, which are out of frame right now. But I got some real skincare secrets that I know you guys are gonna love. Maybe I should do a Patreon for like the premium stuff. I think everyone is entitled to good gut health, so I will put all the basics on my website, and then maybe I'll put like, there's like a little deluxe extra credit Patreon situation for like the stans, you know? And then maybe the Literotica can go on the OnlyFans. Maybe we can bring that back. Because I don't know, I'm feeling sexy again. We'll see. You know, I'm like really, there are a lot of athletes that have been signing up with OnlyFans, and I'm just sort of like, okay, should I reach out? Do they reach out to me? Like, how do we do this? Because that would be great to have like Literotica and have like just a place for me to express my sexy self that is removed from my massage job. Oh yeah, I got a job as a massage therapist, a part-time massage therapist. So I'm in training for that. I have a test next week. Wish me luck. While I'm at law school, I need to have a part-time job. And swim coaching is great, but when I go overseas on my exchange, I want to be able to work a job that's not requiring a large body of water, because it's actually in fact quite difficult to get access to a large body of water to teach swimming lessons. So I'm like, what can I do that's like here, that I can do anywhere? So yeah, that's what we're doing while we're at law school. Don't get out of here. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time, guys. Have a good summer. Enjoy your winter. I'm probably going to do a bone broth recipe sometime soon. This really healed my gut. I mean, this is like the #1 primo, like, if you have access to high quality bone broth, just like powdered, that's also great. But obviously, you know, I'm a traditionalist, so nothing beats a really big bone broth. Speaking of which, I have one that is just finished. Should I show you guys? There that bad boy is. There that bad boy is. 24 hours. Just skim some of that foam off at the top, you know? We gotta get that foam off the top. We don't like that. No mas. No mas. It's all the impurities, like that foamy stuff is all the impurities, so you kind of gotta, sorry if I don't have good filming skills right now, it's because I'm concentrated on this broth, because it's 24 hours, you know, 24 hours. I've tasted it, it tastes great. I don't want to do a taste test, it tastes great. Yeah, I think a bone broth like that would be excellent in the Northern Hemisphere right now during winter. I plan on writing a gut health book very soon. I'm sweating. It's very hot and humid. I need to open my window again. The fan is on. Whatever, shut up. Let's go. Good luck. I hope this just like gets you out of your own head and just like, you know, an enjoyable catch up. I pray for all of y'all. I pray that you are all of sound mind, sound body, and sound spirit. And I hope you are all in a good place. Yeah, I hope you are all healthy. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I think those are the 4 pillars of health. And I hope that, yeah, you have good health. I pray you have good health. I'm trying to think of like other forms of health. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon. Stay updated on the blog. Probably have some recipe coming out soon, or some type of writing. You know me, you never know what to expect. It could be anything. It could be anything. That's the excitement of it all. I love you. Bye.